Joining Lucas.
Hello, everybody. You have found the CLIT. Shit. That does happen when you find the CLIT sometimes. As regular CLIT finders, Dallin and I. Everyone, welcome to the pod. Dallin Mendez.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am a regular on the CLIT Finder podcast, and just co-starring now here at the CLIT podcast. It's good to be here. Good to be alive.
Was something preventing you from living?
Yes.
What?
Allergies.
Oh, yeah.
Kicking my ass these past couple days. It's truly tragic with the coming spring.
Every work shift just.
Yep.
Damn, that sucks.
It does.
Fucking. I feel like you should have an advantage with that, like, native Mexican blood. Like, you have genes in this land that should prevent you. Because my Native American friend, every spring, all the white people at Les Schwab are like, oh, I have hay fever. He's like, sounds like a you problem. Get the fuck out of my country.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it most likely just stems from the fact that my mom is white.
Those white
And
genes.
Racist.
And
What? Me? For what? I didn't say he was entirely Mexican.
Yeah.
As of today, he's only our roommate for 7 more days.
I know.
True. Busy with college.
Who will I study gelconomics with?
Yeah, for all those wondering where I'm going to school in Mogwarts University.
Full ride.
I'm getting my
This is Christ Buttercup.
my major in ontology and taking a minor class in jelking.
I think that's, the zeitgeist is towards jelking, but I think it'll swing back towards montology.
Yeah.
So
I think at the end of the day, people are going to realize that it's not about the length. It's about the freshness of the corpse. You know what I'm saying?
it's about the length that they're in the ground for.
Yes.
Uh,
I worry about the long length nowadays.
It's been a while since we talked, since I was unjustly fired from our shared part-time job.
Yes, it was.
Unjustly. Hashtag fuck Danilo.
We'll start a hashtag on Twitter, also known as X.
Yeah, all the clit rubbers report Danilo to HR. No, I did deserve it, but also I had a week left of work, man. You can't let me get one more paycheck.
Yeah.
You were there when I was apparently doing fireable offenses. What was your perspective on it?
Honestly, my perspective on the entire thing was you were standing there just chilling. That's all you were really doing. You were just standing there. I think it was off because I know you that day you were having like an off day.
Yeah.
And then I think you might have scoffed once maybe, if even that. And then Danilo got his feelings hurt and was like, I gotta fire this guy now. So
it's over.
You guys are also watching basketball.
Okay, but he didn't catch that. He didn't mention
True.
it.
He never did. And that was never while he was there. That was always while it was like busy midday.
I did have the phone up when he walked in, and so I was like, oh, hey, Danilo, let me just... I also did make a cheese pun, so maybe he just hates puns.
That's true.
Because he walks up, he's like, "Okay, so..." I was like, "No, we don't have cheese." He's like, "What?" I was like, "You said queso, and we don't have cheese." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I wish we had cheese."
He's just an unfunny guy. That's all I can see.
Well, now that the air's cleared on that.
Yeah. Well, time to expose him for all their wrongdoings.
We never keep the fridge above or below 40. Everything is slightly spoiled.
Every single dairy product is not kept at a proper temperature. It's always a room temperature mayonnaise and the aioli. I'm kidding. This is all satire.
Exactly. Relax, liberals. It's called dark humor. Relax, health department. Oh, lordy. So So you're gonna be an electrical engineer
Yes.
as it stands right now?
Yes, as of right now, yes. So many. It's a 4-year program. I have a lot of math classes to take. A lot of.
That's brutal.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. I knew an old guy, who was an electrical engineer. He worked on Hill Air Force Base. He worked on like the airplanes there.
Oh.
He made really good money.
Yeah, I mean,
But
anything for the army. Well, not anything. Being an actual soldier actually pays dog shit.
Yeah. If you want to actually serve your country, you're not gonna do it well.
No.
You're gonna be in debt a lot.
But yeah.
You're gonna be out in the street homeless when you come back from the war.
That's true. I listened to a podcast with a veteran comedian, and he talked about when he was homeless in LA. I know. It was only for a couple of weeks because, like, but the amount of lack of resources for veterans.
Homeless people, their signs always say, like, veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For our country.
See, and like, don't get me wrong, like, I won't donate to those people just because, like, I'm broke myself. I'm not gonna give broke people broke money. You know what I'm saying? But like,
hand them a check. Part of me, like, this is gonna bounce. But
I know. I've seen so many like people like on like, the internet catching like fake scammers like on the side of the roads and whatnot. People like, oh, I need to feed my family, dude. I'm like, bro, go apply for a job, please, or like do something. Like, obviously, like, I know there's circumstances, but like, I don't know. It always just like freaks me out. Obviously, if they're like selling something, like if they're like selling flowers, I'll buy a flower. Why not? But if they're
selling blowjobs, you know, I'll pitch in a 20.
Yeah,
I'll get slopped off. Those hobo blows, they don't got no teeth left no more. So
yeah, all the crack did them in.
Exactly. All right, let's discuss cinema. We both watched Eraserhead.
Yes.
Individually. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. I like the baby. It's funny looking. But I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I had a hard time understanding it. Then, like, not too long ago, I like went back and like I went on like TikTok and like I watched like people's like understanding of it, and like the basis seems to be like of the worries that parents are gonna have and like anxieties of like what potentially like their child will be like as, because like obviously like you want to be healthy, you want to live like a long life, hope there's nothing wrong with them when they come out, and there's like all that anxiety is like, what am I supposed to do with it, like this. So like I do get it partially, but like that's all like I really like understood from it.
I saw, when I looked it up afterwards for like a analysis, it said it was the themes were mostly sexual in nature. Like Henry Spencer, the main character, is like supposed to be this everyman who's both fascinated and disgusted by sex. And so like when the mom confronts him, is like, did you have sexual intercourse with me? And that's why he's like, that's the most obvious like non-esoteric demonstration of it. But then there's also like the lady in the radiator when she's like stomping on the little like sperm looking things. It's a weird movie.
It is really weird.
And they say, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this is like 1978 film Eraserhead. So he kills the baby at the end, and some people are saying that's him like embracing like the like sexual nature of being, like just accepting that sex is disgusting and that we're animals, but that it's okay. I don't know. It was put in like a film like award thing for sound design because of like how there's always like wind howling and like in the industrial background. But I do think I did see a comment about like the parental aspect of it, and I do think that's valid because when David Lynch wrote it, he had just had his first daughter. I think first and only, but yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. What's it called? Like his daughter was born with like a cleft foot, I think. And like I don't know, a lot of people were saying like the race of baby was like based off of like her and like her disability and like the anxiety that he felt like having like a child that has like I'm not gonna say like disability because like it doesn't like affect them like too much, like it's not like a really like, bad anything, but like but
just them not being like perfect.
Yeah, like it's just like the fear of like your child not being able to live like the normal standard that like you have as like a person.
Yeah,
is like super scary.
What else have you watched recently? I know you're.
You know damn well what he's been watching.
Well, we're not gonna go into depth on Harry Potter.
Yeah, I've watched every single Harry Potter movie in the last 3 days.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
For those who can't hear or see, Lainey is off camera eating a smoothie bowl and has asked Dallin to rank the Harry Potters.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's 7, I guess. Well, there's 8 if you count the first and second part, but I don't know, I'd say my number 1 has to be like the Half-Blood Prince. That's only because like shit just hits the fan, you know. Dumbledore dies, like it came out in like 2008.
For one of the most pop culturally significant.
For real. Sorry if you guys are reading the books right now. He dies. But no, he dies. Harry finds like Severus Snape's like book and learns his spells, and he tries to use it against him. He's like, "I'm the Half-Blood Prince. What are you thinking? Like you're literally lame like that." Yeah, and then like.
Thought like shit, bozo.
No, it's just kind of like everything like starts happening like all at once, and that's why I think it's like the best one in my opinion. I like the first one. That was okay. It just the very ending with like the whole Voldemort is actually Professor Quirrell, and then all Harry has to do is touch his face once, and then bro dies. Like, it seemed a little lame to me. Not gonna lie. But obviously, they're just trying out new things with who knows if it was going to be a franchise thing, so.
That is true. I can't even remember. Have you read the books?
No, I read the first one, and I think got halfway through the second one and I stopped. Too long of books.
Something worth noting, though, is the acting in the first one. Garbage.
Yeah.
I know they were kids, but, like, as the movies go on, the first one versus the acting and even, like, the third or fourth one.
Yeah.
Trash. Garbage.
Also makes you wonder about like quiet on set, having that many children on acting, like having that many like children actors on set.
What do you mean British people aren't pedophiles?
In it.
I don't know, man. I don't trust the teeth.
My top tier is Goblet of Fire.
That was okay.
That was my favorite book, and I think by proxy favorite movie.
Yeah. It's got Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Is that why? Is it your favorite?
Dies.
No, it's my favorite because it's like their acting is better. It's the most entertaining in my opinion, and I'm not a big fan of like fighting, which is what happens like right after the Half-Blood Princess. It's just like,
yeah.
So I like that one the most, especially like the twist how the goblet is actually what is it called?
Oh, the trophy is actually a port key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a port key, and then I think it's cool to see like them doing the little ritual and Voldemort. I like that part.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was okay. The only part like I didn't like really like vibe with it about is just like the whole. There wasn't much of like. I wish they did like more of like the trials. There's only like 3 of them. Like they fought a dragon, they went underwater to rescue people, and then they did the maze.
Yep.
That was it.
I do feel like that's more prevalent in the book. Like,
yeah, probably.
The trials?
Yeah. There's also Dobby's in the book. He's the one that gives. Yeah, he's the one that gives Harry the gillyweed instead of Neville.
Oh, Weird.
Oh, I like that they made it Neville.
Yeah.
They're a little nerd.
Is Dobby, does he come in the second movie?
Yeah, he's in the second one. Is he in the fifth? He might have a bit part in the fifth, because I know, like, serious black racist house elf is
Creature.
There. He's like, my blood.
I don't think he's in the movie. I know he comes back in... I can't remember if it's Deathly Hallows Part 1 or 2, but...
It's Part 1.
It's Part 1, yeah, and he bro dies.
Yeah, because it's when they're...
Rip Bozo.
Yeah.
Is it when they're collecting all the...
Horcruxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they get captured by, like, Malfoy and, like, the people take him to Malfoy around. He's like, is this Harry Potter? Is this really him? Because, like, Hermione, like, changed his face to something ugly.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Oh, how do you feel about...
Dobby comes to rescue.
Draco talk?
Draco? He's okay. Like, obviously, I get the fact that people think, like, he's hot. But, like, seems a little suspicious that they made him blonde hair, blue eyes, and...
Did you see JoJo
My
Siwa?
my, that's Draco Malfoy.
Did you see JoJo Siwa dress as Draco and do the thirst trap?
No, I don't want to see it.
She's
No, that's old.
What?
That's like a couple years old.
So she's always just been on some fuck shit.
Not when
Yeah.
she was on Dancing with the Stars. She ate on Dancing with the Stars.
So
Yeah.
for a 8-week span, she was a sane, talented
Yeah.
person.
No, but the Draco thing, that it's like JoJo had bleached their hair, and so they pushed it back, and they used an audio that was like, it was something Draco, and then it was like, Mama, I'm in love with a criminal. And so, like, JoJo, like, lays back and, like, yeah, bites their lip, dressed as Draco. And then the next TikTok they made was them showing it to their mom.
That is wild.
I would never
Oh.
show
That's
my
insane.
mother something like
Yeah,
that.
Speaking
is
of my
wild.
mother, thank you for following us on TikTok.
Oh, shout out
Casey
Corbyn's
Clit
mom.
Rubber, baby.
Don't say that.
That's our fans.
Don't say that.
Oh my gosh! But I feel like JoJo's rebrand is not going well.
It's so stupid.
It-
I found out today that the song Karma was actually written for Miley Cyrus when
Oh, really?
she did her rebrand back in, 2000 something?
Yeah, before she went from Disney star to...
Yeah, but she was still under a contract with Disney, so, like, the guy who wrote it, like, they never gave it to her because it says, like, Karma's a bitch, and she couldn't swear. But
And
it's
her
the...
rebrand?
Miley's,
she was
like,
under
old
contract.
one. So, like, when she went from, like, Hannah Montana to Miley Cyrus. Like, when she stopped doing Hannah Montana stuff and started doing Miley Cyrus.
Was there a first one and then the Wrecking Ball one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wrecking Ball
okay.
was, like, years later.
Okay, fair enough.
She's
fair enough.
gone through...
A lot.
she's gone through a couple rebrands. But that one was pretty tame in terms of rebrands. It was basically just, like, wearing edgier clothes and butters.
Jasmine gonna have in a box. It's her favorite box. No, but I think if JoJo wanted to, like, start her rebrand nicely, get rid of her car. Have you guys seen her car?
Oh, she redid it.
What's her car?
It's her face.
It's her SUV and it's plastered with all of her face. That's all of it
You haven't
is.
seen it?
No, what the hell?
Yeah,
Well,
it was-
she got it redone. So now it's like her Karma picture is all over it.
that's
Like,
wild.
that's-
Have you seen the Carmel music video?
Yeah.
I've seen the 3 lines that keeps getting TikToked.
Where she's
It's-
pumping on the girl in the
What?
Yeah.
No, I haven't
She's-
seen that.
It's so wild. Like, she's basically going down on this girl and, like, on, like, an island for some reason.
Yeah,
And they were on, like, a ship, I guess.
It's a reference to the Island Boys.
Island.
this is JoJo Siwa's car.
Oh my good. Oh, of course it's a freaking Tesla.
Yeah. It looks sick, doesn't it? It's fire. I'd go down in there.
Here, I'll just show you the...
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Jesus, Butters. How are the
Nah.
levels looking? Are we in frame?
She's an editor. She's gonna be
Let's
cross-hatching.
see.
Oh, that's the Draco one.
Hey, get the fuck off. Oh my Jesus.
Yeah.
And the fucking robe is open.
Yeah.
Honestly, they probably should have cast her. I think that would have been hilarious.
How long do you think it is until a Harry Potter remake?
I
Never.
think
You think J.K. Rowling sunk it?
Yeah,
really
probably.
Butters.
I don't think that people are gonna.
People wouldn't like that.
Put it up with it. Well, I mean, like, in terms of like movies, I feel like people are just running out of ideas.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why
like,
Disney's just remaking everything into live action.
Which is kind of dumb in my opinion.
No,
like,
I agree.
I did enjoy Aladdin when it first came out, like the remake of Aladdin. That one I thought was okay.
Except for the one part where she's like, oh, what's the song?
What song?
That Jasmine sings in the new movie, and it's so stupid.
Oh, silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was dumb.
I didn't like the Jungle Book. That one was just.
That one was scary.
I thought it was okay. I just like didn't. I had a hard time just like. I don't know. It's very like a snore fest to me. Like we kept it alive, like in the original one. I think it was just like the colors and like the use of like all of like the music and like they were like vibing. But this one was just kind of like, Mowgli, come here.
I know, it's like this weird Dark Knight-esque.
I know.
I also hated the new Lion King for the same reason. Like, just because you can't, it's the Jurassic Park of cinema. Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Like, that you can animate animals in like a realistic manner, but like they have no soul. Like, it's reminiscent of like those 2000s ones that would just film cats and dogs doing stuff and then like put voice actors over them. Like, the only difference is that their mouths are moving
like the cats versus dogs movies.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in such a long time, but I remember the mouths moving so weirdly and being like, oh my gosh, guys, that dog is fighting off a cat ninja. It's so cool.
Okay, ready? They're about to hump.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And eye contact with the camera. Jesus.
Yeah.
And more thrusting. Yeah. It's pretty explicit. Sorry. But did you see... So, everyone threw the fit over the Black Little Mermaid, right?
Mm.
So they announced like a idea of someone they want to cast for Rapunzel. And it's... Is she Indian? I think.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, she's Indian. And people are actually, like, not happy about it, but not for, like, a race reason, but for, like, they were like, it's actually important to the story that she has long golden locks and, like, the green eyes and, like, she's what, Dutch, I think?
I have no idea.
One of those fake European
Yeah,
countries,
she's, like, Dutch, and so people are like, you guys are just trying to be... Woke. Yeah. They're like, and so people are actually throwing a fit about it.
No, I do agree. Like, if you're gonna be as... Okay, yeah, she's South Asian.
Okay, here's my idea for it, right? Rapunzel.
And the zombies guy's Flynn Rider.
We'll make her
Come on, man.
white, right? It doesn't... Like, because, you know, like the long golden hair, rada, okay? We make Flynn Rider... We make him a person of color. That's fine. They can get married.
It doesn't matter if
fine.
Flynn Rider's... Yeah, that's who they...
We make Shamar Moore Flynn Rider.
I think the guy from Zombies is actually a good cast for Flynn Rider.
No, it does look a lot like him.
We put in LeBron.
Yes.
His acting from the new Space Jam was pretty good, so we put him in.
And he's only getting better.
I'm going to take a picture because it looks like Nana's a producer.
We got to zoom out and get the whole setup.
Wake up. Okay. Yeah, but so they're making the live action Tangled. They talked about a live action Princess and the Frog, but I actually don't want that.
Neither would I. Because I feel like they wouldn't do justice to like Louise, like the alligator. Like, bro, just gonna make him live action. Like, it's...
he would be kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, he'd just be like a gator and like.
And how would they do Ray? Like. He literally just
because if it's live action, he just has to be this small. And like,
you just hear talking. What the fuck?
I don't know. And his song, like in the Bayou, or even just like For Evangeline, those two songs are like my favorite.
They're so good.
Things. So if those were like so iconic, are they just gonna like scrap them then? If that's the case, I don't want it.
Yeah, and like. There's a lot of animals in that one, so that one could have the potential to also be very
not good
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
It is majority. That is a common complaint for when black people are in animated movies, that they get turned into something non-black. Like Princess and the Frog, they turn into frogs. Pixar's Soul, he turns into a blue little soul person.
He turns into a cat.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but it's not a...
He switches...
But, like, so, yeah, there's... First he's a soul, and then he's a cat.
Yeah.
But, like, for only, like, 15 minutes of the movie,
is he actually
a black man.
Yeah.
There's a few others, I think, like, DreamWorks and other ones have done it. But, like...
Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek is a person of color who gets turned into...
a white person.
Yeah, and Shrek too.
Donkey is literally Donkey, like Chris Rock, unfortunately.
A white horse. What are they saying? I don't hold it against you, Shrek 2. You're beautiful. You're the best of the franchise. I know as the producers, it was probably Harvey Weinstein's fault.
I actually enjoy Shrek Forever After.
That one's okay just because Shane Dawson's in it.
I did actually have a really hard time this last watch. I was like, that's fucking Shane Dawson. Like, it's so uncanny.
Yeah. I don't know who decided to recreate Shane Dawson in a lab and put him in the movie, but that was kind of wild.
We were talking about this at work the other day, and I was meant to ask you, you don't like horror movies when children get involved.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
So, what'd you think of Black Phone, then?
That's a good idea. Because I did.
Because me and Dallin both really liked Black Phone when it came out. I remember us talking about it. Jasmine?
Because the kid was the main character, and, like, you have, like, an emotional investment in him as, like, a whole person and not just, like, a kid. Like, other horror movies... or like any movie that like threatens or kills a kid is like, it's obviously to demonstrate the point that like whoever's doing the killing is unhinged and like, yeah, the perversion of the innocent. But I guess with Black Phone, like that's already abundantly clear with a guy who serial, yeah. And so yeah. That one's more of a thriller than a horror as well.
Yeah,
like,
there's not like
the ghosts kind of scared me.
But you rarely see the ghosts. It's like the only ever came out like towards like near like the end of the movie.
It's just when like he's in like that dark room and then you start hearing a voice. I was like, it's gonna pop up. There's gonna be someone there.
Yeah, and surround sound, that was really cool.
It was cool, the surround sound. But so what about Evil Dead Rise? Because that little girl was.
Yeah, so I think. Yeah, the little girl had to have lived, I think.
You don't think they could have gotten away with killing her?
Not without killing everybody. And I haven't seen all the Evil Deads. I want to. But I feel, from what I understand on them, it's not so much like they're linear or directly equated, but they have like tropes and I don't want to say cliches. What am I thinking of?
Recurring themes?
Yeah, recurring themes and things they use in each movie. And so, like, there has to be, like, a survivor at the end. There's always someone covered in blood. Chainsaws a recurring theme.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think they could have killed the little girl. I'm sure... I wouldn't doubt that they probably even tinkered with it in the script and maybe even shooting with it.
I don't think they
it probably just wouldn't have. Yeah, it wouldn't have been gone over well with audiences because, like, there's.
I mean, the two other kids were what, 17, 16?
Yeah, essentially adults.
Essentially, yeah.
And everyone hates teenagers.
Die.
In fact, most horror movies are about teenagers biting it.
That's true. So was it anyone under the age of like 14?
Yeah, like. Where there's still, like, an innocence to be kept.
I had a really hard time with Witch. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
When the baby gets, like...
Oh, snatched and...
And murdered.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. That made me feel weird.
That one, yeah.
Well, because she's, like, rubbing on the baby's, like, stomach and, like...
Well, then Have you seen The Witch, Dallin?
I don't remember if I watched it with you guys or not.
It's Anya Taylor-Joy... We were watching it when Lane was over.
Maybe.
It was loud as fuck.
Yeah, A24. But, yeah, I mean, obviously it's meant to make you feel sick, and, I I don't know, but they don't. Well, I was gonna say they don't do it in like an awful way, but they do show the witch like covered in guts and like grinding
up the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Kind of gross. I don't know. My thing with like
baby pesto.
Anything with like
in the mortar and
murder stuff like that. Like I don't know. I don't really get fazed by like too many things. It's
the autism.
Probably. First, probably is autism.
Someone cancel this woman.
Because I remember we started on it talking about it because I brought up the mom who left her baby alone for like 10 days. Because I don't know if you saw Corbyn, but there was a clip from the hearing where the person who did the autopsy from the baby came up and spoke, and it was so heartbreaking. Like she was just like describing like how like the baby came into her office and it was just like so terrible.
Covered in feces. Huh?
Yeah, there was feces like kicking like her nails. Her body was stiff. This. It was so gross. She
had peed so much that it didn't only go through like the mattress, the crib. It was like soaked into the floorboard below the crib. Yeah. From like all the feces in the bed.
It's supposed to be a lighthearted podcast, not
true
crime.
This is what we talk about when we're making coffee in the morning.
Gross.
No, that case makes me sick. And then she's like, God has forgiven me and my baby has forgiven me.
That's insane. Maybe Old Testament God.
The one who told the people to throw the babies in the river.
Yeah. He was like, what took you so long? 10 days?
Yeah, that's a bad joke. As well. I did actually go to. I remember when I was in middle school, my mom had me sometimes go to the daycare where like my siblings were, and one of the kids that were there actually ended up dying because of, I think it was like their mom's like significant other, like their spouse or whatever. I think he drowned the baby, I think, in the bathtub.
Jesus.
Yeah, like
intentionally or
intentionally.
Oh
like I think he just like wouldn't stop crying, so I think like he hit the baby, like he shook the baby, and then like eventually he ended up like drowning it. Yeah, it was wild. I remember finding out and I was like, oh my gosh, like, and then obviously bro went to jail.
Good. Sometimes the justice system works.
Yeah.
There's like
rarely.
Parents, like, if a baby's crying so much, if you feel yourself get to that like like you're so overwhelmed, there's nothing wrong with putting the baby in the crib for 10 minutes and taking a breath. If you're not, if that means you're not gonna kill him, like.
Yeah.
To bring it back to Eraserhead, someone like left a comment on like a video analyzing it. They're like, I wonder if being a parent changes your analysis or feelings on Eraserhead, because me as a non-child haver, you see, because the baby's constantly crying or cackling or
okay.
I mean, and you've seen it, right?
It's that little like
looks like E.T.
Yeah. I see memes about it.
And so he was like, it starts off with you sympathizing with Henry Spencer and, you know, having to care for a baby, but by the end you're like glad to see him kill it. I was like, I don't go that far. Because the way he does it is like grotesque. I mean, he doesn't like, it's just because the baby's grotesque.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
wild.
Callbacks, baby. That's the sign of a good pod.
Calling back to the racer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. Baby's dying. Yeah.
No, that's how it. I mean.
Especially at the hand of a parent. It's just.
I don't know. At the hand of like. I mean, I guess especially a parent, because then you're like the one person
that they rely on.
Yeah.
And know, like babies really only know mom and dad for. Mainly mom. No shade to dads, but. You're literally like, if you're breastfeeding, you are quite literally like their life source at that point.
Yeah.
You're all they know.
I think it's just because I haven't like spent too much time like around babies, so I don't have like that kind of like vision or seeing. Obviously, you should keep your children alive. That's what I'm saying. Please keep your children alive. If you have children, please keep them alive. Please care for them. But like if I like see it in like a horror movie, it's like, it doesn't bother me as much. But, But what bothers me most is like kids from the age of like I think probably like 12 to like, I don't know, like 8, just because like I have younger siblings that were all like I cared for them for like 10 years through like that entire year, so it would like I have like a more of like a understanding of like kids like around that age, and so like just like seeing like any like harm caused to them, like it makes me feel weird.
Yeah, I was watching a TikTok today about a guy that kidnapped a baby, and he did the whole like, don't tell the cops, but the parents told the cops, and the police like asked the press, like they were like, until we do like the money drop off, because it was like a bribe thing.
Yeah.
He's like, until we do the money drop off, like don't report on this. But a bunch of reporters showed up to the meeting spot where they were supposed to get the money, and so the guy backed out and kept the baby, and when they found him, the baby was already like decomposed from like dehydration and starvation and stuff.
Jesus hell.
And it made me so mad at the adults in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I'm very maternal, and so I like that's not like a unique thing to have as a. I don't know. Is that like a unique thing to?
Well, I guess last week was the opposite of maternals.
Yeah.
All love the Hannah farmer, and she cares for her pets as best she can, but Lord help us if she has a human child.
I've straight up told her if she gets pregnant, I'll take it. Or she can abort it. I don't care. But
I mean, she said that on the pod last week. She was like, I'm getting that thing the fuck out of here.
She's like, it's not going to make it to transition. Yeah, but so I guess, yeah, I'm maternal. So, like, anytime I hear about, like, the 10-day baby, or, like, there's that trash can baby where, like, the mom gave birth and, like, threw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Oh my, that shit just makes me like furious. Huh? What'd you say?
I said green FM. Only because of throwing. Don't throw kids in the trash. This is awful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cope with my feelings through humor.
I don't know. We'll move on to a happier subject though.
Yeah. Do you want to discuss the downfall of book talk?
No.
No?
I'm pro book talk.
Oh, this will make a good debate then.
Yeah, be fine. Basically, for all you guys who haven't been on like the book talk debate, this little like niche tea that's going on is, if you go on book TikTok, which is book talk, a lot of the recommendations are going to be smut. There's like no way around it. It's just smut right in your face. And so a few people have been
like a sexy bass
like putting out there like on TikTok like, hey, like, you know, maybe you shouldn't, you know, promote smut to, you know, kids who also use TikTok as well and like read books, because there's a lot of like heavy topics, you know, like BDSM, like BT.
Jungkook enters.
Be surprised.
Do not expose your underage children to Korean pop.
And like borderline like sexual assault and like stuff like that. And so, and obviously like they begin like a lot of hate, from the people who are on book, who like are like a part of like the book talk community, just because like of their claims of like, hey, like maybe you should stop promoting this, because a lot of bookstores do like promotions where like, oh, here, check out these recommended books by Book Talk. And so if like kids or like anyone who's like starting like getting like to reading or for whatever reason goes to like Barnes and Nobles for example and like looks at that section like, oh, like this is cool, they open it up and they find out it's just like smut, like
That is
kind of
true.
wild.
Like, yeah.
I am not their parent. That's my biggest thing. And I thought we had all collectively decided that TikTok is not for kids. TikTok is for young adults to adults.
I don't know, but at the end of the day, there's always gonna be people who are on it. Like kids are gonna be on it regardless.
Yeah.
Like they're
That's true, but you know the thing they say, like, I'm not responsible for your triggers. Like, I'm not responsible for your kid.
yeah.
So I think as long as they're not like being like, hey, preteens, go read Haunting Adeline. Like, that one's. Have you heard about that one?
No, I don't want to.
I read that one.
You described of like BDSM and assault is like taken to like the umpteenth level.
And
that's just from like what she tells me.
Yeah.
It starts like the first like is he fucks her with a gun.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. And like the whole
there's a lot
thing,
of like CNC and whatnot, like consensual, non-consensual type stuff.
Yeah, it's consensual, non-consensual, where like it starts out as like it's rape, and then the girls are like, that was kind of hot, and so like, because Haunting Adeline starts with like a stalker, like she gets a stalker, and she's like, fuck this dude, and then he like fucks her. Is that Haunting Adeline or is that another one I read? I read a lot of smut.
Her brain is mush.
But whatever. There's one I read where she had a stalker.
It's just
and then
robbing members.
Yeah, and then he like would come in and like tie her up and rape her, and then eventually they started dating, and like that's the end of the book is they're together.
Jeez.
And so there's like this thing on Book Talk where it's like me reading my book, or like the guys saying stuff in the book and they're like kicking their feet, and then it's like me if any guy actually ever said that to me and they're like in the corner crying. Because that's how it would be. Like I was like, oh, this is spicy, and then I thought about like he growled in her ear and I was like, oh yeah. No, don't do that.
The Edward special.
My like thing I've had like this whole like book talk thing could end is like if they just like advise people like, hey, this book is not meant for children.
NSFW.
Be like, hey, this book 18 plus only, please.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Instead of just being like, guys, read this book.
You have to.
It's amazing.
This book saved me.
I will say, let me read the warning at the beginning of Haunting Adeline. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's very necessary. I feel like it's legally necessary.
Yeah. Like if you're promoting anything that has any sexual content, regardless if it's written down or if it's like performed, it should be like forewarned and like disclosed like, hey, this is meant for adults, or like for at least like mature audiences, like how video games have like ratings, like give it at least like a rating or something like that. Obviously I'm not expecting everyone to just like go read the book and be like, I think this is suitable for a 14-year-old to read in middle school, take it to school.
But the, like, having forward warnings, have you guys seen all the stuff about, like, media literacy dying?
No, I don't think so.
A lot of people think that people have lost the ability to interpret media, like, whether that be, like, movies, books, or anything. So, like, if there's a problematic character in a book or movie, then like people go after the author is like, how could you hold these beliefs? But you're like, no, just because you write something doesn't mean you essentially sponsor that. And so like there's been a bunch of TikToks where it's like how movies are gonna have to be in 5 years because nobody knows how to interpret anything. Is like, hello, I'm the bad guy, a really bad guy who is actually bad and totally not redeemable in this scenario.
Okay. The beginning of Haunting Adeline says, important note, this book ends on a cliffhanger. The contents are very dark, with triggering situations such as non-dubcon, non-consent, between the main characters, graphic violence, human trafficking, child slave trade, stalking, child trafficking, child sacrifice, mention of child death, kidnapping, near-death situations, and explicit sexual situations. There are also particular kinks such as gunplay, somnophilia, bondage, breathplay, and degradation. This book was previously taken down to warnings. You can also find them on the reviews and on my website, Your Mental Health Matters.
See, at least they're forewarning it.
Yeah.
And then I found my entire body locks when I feel the cool metal against my clit. I flinch against the foreign touch of an incredibly dangerous weapon.
Clearly she ain't never handled a gun before. That was only a .22 caliber. You call that a dangerous weapon? Sister, I used to fuck my ex-wife with a shotgun.
Ron Swanson types.
Yeah. I had to get I used to do the sawed off, but she didn't think that was long enough.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think as long as you're saying like this isn't meant for young readers, I think it's fine. Obviously, there's sides of TikTok that I think TikTok needs like a YouTube Kids.
TikTok Kids.
They have
TikTok
STEM.
Kids. Huh?
They have the STEM part. If kids want to learn about advanced physics.
It's true.
Or Dallin's future job.
But I like Facebook makes you verify your age. You have to be like 13 to use Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
I think TikTok should do something similar to that.
I think you do as well. Like, you have to be like at least 18 to view certain videos, and if like any considered like dangerous.
Oh, and you have to
like,
hit
they'll give you
show.
like the little like warning. There's like, hey, like this content is not suitable for all. Right.
Basically, the internet is terrible for everyone and has damaged the minds of.
You guys started this conversation with the words like goon, jelk, and.
That is the only redeeming part of the internet.
That's bullshit.
No, because it embraces what is the internet, which is brain rot, and then uses it to create something larger than itself.
Every couple scrolls, I see them like brain rot on TikTok, and it makes you feel horrible inside. Like, I've consumed so much brain rot that it's just like I feel my brain getting smooth, like deteriorating.
Nah, for me, it's two negatives make a positive. I'm already on a dog shit app, but when I see intentionally dog shit content, it like flips.
True, like the one I sent you about the Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he loved that video.
I did.
But like, yeah, like what you and Cord were talking about, the oh my gosh, Jiddly Yang and
Figgle-Tooget.
and Yes, that's so terrible. I hate it.
What, you don't like Baltimore, bro? You don't want to vote for the Ravens? You don't like the Orioles? Oh my god, baby.
It's Baltimore time.
Your tits are awesome.
Oh my god.
I'm just a little jiddly yang, but you could turn me into Tula Bogan, bro.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Shout out Stavi. Baltimore's finest. A true God Lord. I can't believe people talk like that. Anything. The East Coast has the worst accents, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because like there's the New York, there's the Boston, Philadelphia, and Baltimore and Pittsburgh all have basically the same. Like, oh my god, dude, you do not just say that. And then there's the South that gets real.
Like deep in like the throats, like I think it's like, yeah, all right, you know.
Yeah,
like
no, that was a good.
You know.
Yeah, right.
That's true. As you go farther down, it gets deeper and more because New York's like very nasal. It's like, hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah. And then like
Or Boston.
they just have like us on like the West Coast where it's just like we don't pronounce our T's, so you just have Leighton.
Yeah.
Mountain. That's the one that always mountain.
I think the only like, but I've also noticed that just
Wilson.
normal people kind of like skip over certain consonants and stuff.
I think it's as aggressive as
I guess there's the Midwest accent
or as lazy
too.
as
Yeah.
we are.
There's like, oh yeah, buddy.
That's
Oh,
true.
That's
Up
Canadian.
here,
oh, that was.
That was
That's
Canadian.
like-
I know. I need to bring it down lower. Where's
Wisconsin.
I take it to my big. Yeah. No.
That's
God.
still Canadian.
Well, I mean, like they're kind of on like the border of each
Yeah,
other.
I mean,
'Cause, like,
it
it's,
is
like, up
basically the
near
same.
Canada.
But like, you'll see like.
No.
Damn, impressive.
The fact that she can throw her body. Honestly, actually, no. I shouldn't
Cats
be
can
surprised.
jump like more than.
Well, I feel like Nana can get some height just because like she's got like more weight to her, so she just kind of like throws herself and her like just accelerates.
It's like a slinky where it, like.
Yeah. I think we looked it up one time because she's the only one that really gets on the counter besides Poppy when there's like a food up there.
Yeah.
But cats can jump like, what was it like?
I think it was like 2.5. Well, I'm sure like if you trained a cat,
Yeah.
like you train like a dog,
Or if you have
they
like
could-
a
I think
proactive
I
like
saw-
cat breed.
I think like wild cats can do like 8 times their height. Domestic, 8 times their height. Like Butters would be going from floor straight to the fridge, and
She can't do that.
no,
Yeah.
but
You can do,
and
like,
it's still
half that.
impressive.
Yeah. I don't know. domestic cats are so lazy. You guys wanted to talk about fat cats. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. All the cats are fat nowadays thanks to Biden.
And because of that one right there.
True. She skews the national average up. I'll attach fat-related pictures of Buttercup for our CLIT Rubbers enjoyment.
Yep. You can see from the dangle tester, extremities protrude.
She's pudgy. Now, the reason that the cats are fat in here is because I don't like using a food cup, and so I just fist that boy.
You're gonna get a hiss on camera. Letting them get away with a lot.
Yeah, what the hell? Is this what all we needed to do was film you?
Yeah, she don't like me.
You're so brave. Oh.
Question, yes.
You need to use the measuring cup. They're on a diet.
My hand is approximately a third of a cup, which is what they eat.
No, they eat a fourth.
Well, you have your explanation, folks. Biden has made my hand larger than it was before, thanks to fluoride in the water, making my cats obese. Whoa!
I got her.
You chill.
Impacting my grocery bill.
Did you hear that? Look at your father.
You gonna say anything?
Don't piss her off on purpose.
What? I was just trying to pick her up.
No. The vet told us that most indoor cats are on the overweight side just because they're indoor. But it is still recommended to keep cats indoors. Just FYI.
Yeah. They're
environmental.
They do have an environmental impact.
Yeah, unless you are obviously like on like a homestead or like any place that has like.
I know farms use them to get rid of
like mice, something like that.
I do have a coworker who has a cattle farm, and she has like 16 cats, I think.
Yeah.
Like 4 of them are indoor cats, but the rest are barn.
Yeah, because they just like eat mice, like whatever they can catch.
That's so gross. Yeah, but
Just munch on their foot.
that's why a lot of cats nowadays are obese, because more people are keeping them inside because it's recommended to, and they're just not exercising the way an outdoor cat would. But they still need to eat X amount of food.
Chunky! You're gonna break that stool, aren't you, fatty?
She's lost weight. She has lost weight.
She has. She looks a lot better.
She's on the better side. She was getting to the point where the vet was like, dude, she's probably gonna get diabetes.
She's gonna be a three-legged cat.
And Corbyn didn't care about that. He was like,
let her.
Well, oh no, no. Hang on, I phrased that wrong. He didn't care about her being obese. He loved it. He loved her being fat. But then the vet said that, and I was like, do you know how expensive it would be for us to put her on insulin? Immediately, he was like, diet.
Animals, I love them, but healthcare, come on.
Yeah.
If my cat can get better access to insulin than an actual diabetic person.
That was wild.
Buttercup does have an inhaler.
Oh my god, even that.
And Jasmine's actually been our cheapest cat so far. But Poppy was a $7,000 medical bill. Multiple. She's been in the ER twice.
Yes.
She went to the ER twice. One time she just straight up stopped breathing. And they had to put her on oxygen and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's probably like noteworthy that Poppy was a street cat before.
Yeah.
Like, she was like basically like, in like a dumpster or whatever. Like, she was like a trash baby.
Yeah, she was a trash baby. They found her in St. George. And then like, yeah, they found her in St. George. And then the shelter in St. George was like, we're full. And I think they were a kill shelter. And so the Salt Lake went down and got a bunch of cats. And then she ended up here. And then we got her.
Yeah. She's got like 4 teeth.
Damn.
Yeah, she has like 4 teeth.
That's like getting out of the...
Pretty sure she has brain damage.
That's like
escaping. She had lobotomy when she was out in the street.
Being one of the cats that like makes it out of a kill shelter. You gotta feel like you're on Schindler's List.
Like you should escape from like Epstein's
Yeah.
Island or something.
That's why she's
Let's
always giving
go.
kisses and stuff.
Just
She's
a
like,
13-year-old
thank you.
swimming ashore on Costa Rica. It's like, where'd you... Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton.
You see that a white man is on vacation with his wife, who's literally like significantly older. He's like, no, not again.
Oh my god. Yeah, she's a street rat baby. And yeah, they were medical bills. They were like, we should probably pull her teeth out.
Oh my god.
Because she's missing so much that the remaining ones just hit gum when she chews. And it's so gross, and so her gums are like swollen. And
They seem to be doing better, I feel like. Or maybe my tolerance.
I think your
low.
tolerance has gotten up. But they were like, also, we've stopped touching her face, because if you pet her face, she'll start grinding her teeth, so we just don't do it. But I was like, okay, what's the quote for that? $1,000 a tooth.
That's insane.
A tooth.
She's
I
got
was like,
4.
they handed it to me, and I was like, no. I was like, also, she's 6, which means she'd probably have another, 13 years?
I don't know.
I don't know how long cats live. Like 10 years of just
Gumming stuff down.
Yeah, gumming stuff down. So I was like,
Handing out
hell
gummies on the street.
no. And we had we had pet insurance. How much did that cover?
Jack
Fucking
shit,
nothing.
bruh.
We had it for, because we adopted Poppy. Okay, and
How's that
I
one?
immediately got insurance for her, and they were like, oh, these are pre-existing conditions. I was like, she was on the street. How was I supposed to prevent
Everything's a
these?
fucking
Like,
pre-existing condition.
I was like, so they wouldn't cover it because it was a pre-existing condition, and I was like, but I didn't have her until I started this insurance plan. Like, I couldn't treat her until now.
Yeah.
So I think they need to treat it differently than human stuff.
Yeah.
Also, don't they give you the insurance plan based on like their first physical, or like their health records? Like, I feel like you paid more for Poppy because of her health, and they were still like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, they were like, we'll only cover like.
Fuck you, Jill Yang.
So
Get out
there,
of my toboggan.
my
Fucking clap you like the Ravens and the 49ers do.
what's it called? The amount you have to pay before they'll cover.
Deductible.
The deductible was $750. So we hit that quickly, like one appointment. And then they were like, okay, after this we'll only cover like 50% of yearly checkups and vaccines. And I was like, but she's at the vet like every day. Like,
yeah.
and so I would submit the claims, and they would return them to me and be like, we're not covering anything. Like, pre-existing condition, we won't cover it. And then so we got it on Buttercup, who's a healthy cat, and it was the same thing. They were like, pre-existing condition. And then we went to the vet with her asthma, and they were like, do you have insurance? You should get pet insurance. Shut the fuck up! I was like, no. And so I think it's crazy when, like, I don't know. I'm sure somebody did tell us not to get a cat, but we were teenagers and we didn't listen. But, okay, I didn't listen.
Thank you.
It was me. All three of them were, all three of them were my fault. But I think it's crazy when, like, fresh 18-year-olds go get, like, a kitten or a dog. And when the minute I see it, I'm like, oh, they're paying first vaccines, spay and neuter, all the food, the litter. What if something happens? They go to the vet, like, because when I saw Poppy, I have like, my savior complex was like, that cat.
I need that.
I need that.
I don't know if it's a cat or a rat, but
There's a cat that literally did taxes, and you're like, fuck that.
I was like, I need the fucked up looking one.
Where's the CEO of a cat? I want this rat one. So one that's missing patches of fur and looks like a hillbilly who just crawled out of a sewer gutter.
It's like a gremlin that got
I'm
water
just
poured on them.
saying, we could put a down payment on a house for what we've paid for medical stuff on the cats.
Don't fucking remind me.
So, and then we're still like, Dallin, do you want to take one of the cats with you? Like,
No.
no. That's alright.
Yeah,
We love them.
but sometimes you gotta hate them.
Hate 'em. Yeah.
They basically are children. Yeah.
What did you say, hate or hit?
Hate.
Well, both is funny, but hit is funnier.
I do not support hitting your kids.
That's the way I raised.
Both her and Jasmine have been doing that. They've been hopping in there.
It's just that specific box?
Yeah.
Oh, we're moving. Everyone in this room is moving.
Yeah.
So, that's why, first of all, the filming location is getting changed like every fucking week.
Yeah. We finally made it out of bed. I had the doctor drain my sores, and we are good.
I'm still in my pajamas.
Well, you made it out of bed.
I think that's just the thing of the podcast that was like everyone's in pajamas. Hannah was wearing like a 4XL coat.
That's true.
And she was just like wrapped up in it.
She looked like the Eraserhead baby.
We should have had her lay down.
Yeah.
Rude.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me of like the babies that you see on like TikTok Live. They're like halfway dead.
Goodness,
like,
yes.
And they're hooked up to all these things, and the moms are just like,
"Oh my gosh, thank you for the galaxy."
Did you see the one of the moms that's like, baby Josephine had to go to the hospital last night, but
no, that's got to be satire.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
It's got to be.
Like there is a line, and like when you combine TikTok trends, I think that's
I have seen like I remember this one Indian dude who had like a crying filter on. He was like,
yes,
please.
I saw him all the fucking time.
I'm like, bro, like I don't.
Yeah, so it's
okay. There actually is a baby there.
Yeah, I don't know why the baby's just like on last point. The mom's like, yeah, guys, let's go.
I gotta get those views.
Oxygen went down.
Because TikTok doesn't have health insurance. This needs over 3 million. Yeah. I feel like, I'm numb.
I feel like at some point TikTok has to be banned, please. And whether it be for 24 hours or for like a 3-day period, shut it down at least
every
for
Sunday.
once.
They shut it off.
There we go. There's a
like
compromise.
The Oasis. Yeah. Like the Oasis from Ready Player One. Shut it down every weekends. We'll hang out with your family or friends or do something productive instead of.
I'd say Sunday, the Lord's Day. We shut down TikTok for.
Right, but we can't call it the Lord's Day because some people who are different,
Are different?
Yeah, our Jewish overlords can't use TikTok on Saturday. They can't use it during Shabbat. I don't think Jews.
I'm not religious, and I just called it the Lord's Day.
Yeah, because we live in America and Christianity is the zeitgeist. That's Christian.
Yeah. Christian is just like the belief in God.
And baby Jeebus.
Yep.
Praise be.
I saw a church on TikTok where they have like Jesus' footprints, and you like take your shoes off and you stand in the footprints and you stare up at him on the cross. And
where did you see this?
It made me feel weird.
Like they have at the Jazz when they have Rudy Gobert's foot.
Yeah. I was like, where'd they get these?
Just step into there like, oh, I feel like I'm really him. Or like the ball that has like Michael Jordan's handprint on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Also, historically speaking, Jesus was tiny. Nobody got above like 5 foot back then.
Because nobody lived back then.
Exactly, yeah. And also like Middle Eastern people, Jesus' feet were not. Those are Shaq feet.
Yeah, and I think those are Shaq's feet.
Look at the eyes they put on Jesus.
Oh my God.
It's scary. Oh.
He is with you. He loves you. Nana.
That's what I imagined was in the corner of my room when I was beating my meat.
You're beating your Schmeat. Jesus is like.
That's why I had to turn over and do it under the covers.
It feels good.
Why you make my arms long then?
Why'd you put the good nerves there?
Exactly.
Is she peeing?
Hey, what the fuck you doing? Not peeing. I think she's just trying to get into another box.
She was just kind of doing like you know how she stands up a little straighter?
Yeah.
Thought she was about to piss.
That'd be wild if we caught a Nana pissing in the box on the can.
Yeah, we just hear.
I remember the first time she peed on something in front of us. Oh yeah, Buttercup has a peeing issue. She pees on.
She's a piss king.
Like everything. Like her most recent offense was our entire bed frame. And it was a cloth bed frame. So what's it called? The second mattress thing?
Oh, box spring.
Our box spring. She peed on our box spring. But it's like always been a problem since we got her. She's just peed on like soft things like pillows or blankets and we took her to the vet.
Liberals. Haha, am I right?
And we took her to the vet for that a couple times because they thought she had like
a UTI or something.
Yeah, exactly. They thought she had a UTI. They did like blood work, everything, and they were like, "She's just a cat." I was like, great. But she would always do it when we were at home. And so I remember the first time I was in the bathroom and I look over and she's making dead eye contact with me and I just hear and she was fucking pissing all over. Was it our minky? It was a minky blanket.
Yikes.
Like $100 something blanket. And I was like, Corbin, she's peeing. And he, what? And he flipped out. And I get it. Like, it was so... And she's peed on... We've owned 3 minky blankets.
Yes.
She's peed on 2. We currently have 1 untouched.
That's good.
Is it the brown one?
The brown one. She peed on the white one and the black one.
Oh, the white one doesn't... We fucking got rid of it.
We couldn't wash it because she pissed on it so many times. And it just smelled like mildew and pee, so we threw it away.
That's wild. Oh, here comes the fencer.
Bro.
Oh, and yeah, they call it, so her breed is a tortoiseshell. It's like the brown, black, tan cats. And the vet just starts laughing. She's like, that's called tortitude. And I was like,
I never liked that pun.
That's the diagnosis. The diagnosis is she's a tortoiseshell cat. And she's a bitch. Every one of our friends or something hates her.
It's the equivalent of boys will be boys.
She's just a cat. I've thought about putting a diaper on her even because I was sick of it.
Yes.
But
then she would need to go take a dump and just get all in her fur and.
Yeah, we'd probably have to shave her.
Yeah.
Shave her butthole, huh? We have to shave her because of her asthma now. Oh my god, guys, don't get animals. This is ridiculous. If
you're gonna get something, get a pet rock.
Get a turtle.
Better get a bird.
Get a time machine.
I don't feel like turtles.
15,000 BC and stop them from domesticating the wolf.
I feel like turtles are easier and
then
cheaper.
have their entire species die out.
Who takes a turtle to the vet or anything?
No, because they just die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they live forever.
No, you can do that with cats.
I'm not doing that with our cats.
You're saying reptiles are less deserving of life than one of God's creatures?
Yes.
They are cold-blooded.
I'm not killing them.
Oh, so that's where you draw the line.
Cold-blooded animals?
So you're saying D'Angelo Russell doesn't deserve to live? Because he has ice in his veins. Ah!
And that's where I leave the podcast.
Boo.
Speaking of players, Kay Collins destroyed LSU.
Oh, yes. There's women's basketball,
Did
baby.
you see that my bracket?
Was right?
Yeah.
She got the final matchup right, yeah.
I got what? I'm in like 85%.
The 85th percentile.
Nice.
Bracketologist Lainey McCleave.
Yep.
Get fucked. I picked based on mascots, color, and vibes.
Sick.
And here we are. I have Purdue to go all the way.
Zach Schmiede.
I don't know.
He's the tall guy that was... Were you watching the game at all? Or...
I don't know.
No.
I was mad.
Yeah, who did Purdue verse last time? Was it SCU?
NC State.
NC State, that's right.
Yeah.
And they got fucked.
They had a chance, man. Purdue kept turning the ball over, but they friggin' the Wolfpack was just bricks in the second half.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
But yeah, who do you got for the national championship? Are you riding the Iowa train?
I just got a text from Hannah. I figured I'd let you know midway through my Taco Bell burrito and my mocha. I am violently shitting. Can't even finish my burrito, but I'm hoping to in the near future.
Sick.
Those are the texts I get from my friends.
What kind of burrito? Is it like the new Cantina ones that they put out, or?
You can order that exclusively on the Taco Bell app.
Yeah, so those are the texts that my friends text me.
Was it a beefy 5-layer?
She
That's
said...
probably what it is.
I do love a beefy 5-layer.
She also, what she had to say about was Miss JoJo humping another woman was scary. I was scared.
Lesbians scare me.
Here's her testing out the heels for the wedding, by the way. That's a bridesmaid.
Scuttling.
Yep, that's a bridesmaid right there.
No one expects anything more of a bridesmaid. If anything, that's like
blur.
Peak bridesmaid.
Okay. I'm done. Goodbye.
Okay.
Say bye to my wife, I suppose. We'll send her off with some cheers.
Where's my Diet Coke?
Oh, or crickets, I guess. That's good, too.
Where's my Diet Coke?
Drink and all.
Give it to me now.
Drink.
Stand up.
Fucking, I was trying to watch the Iowa LSU game, but Max doesn't have it on streaming.
Unfortunately.
They're sexist. They only have the men's. And then I tried to watch it on TikTok Live, and I did find a game, and I watched like a good 3 minutes of it, and then the girl was like, "Oh, they got me." And it's just live has ended.
That's funny. I remember.
It's fucking. I don't care.
Whenever I tried to watch a Broncos game when we didn't have.
Yeah. NFL, they crack down especially on that.
Yeah.
But somehow you can get fucking Trolls 3.
Yeah. As long as they posted in parts, it's fine. Honestly, if I was one of those TikTok accounts, what I would do is I would screen record as much as I can on multiple devices, so that way, like when one screen recording ends, I upload that and then start the next one. So that I just upload it as parts, so people can.
No, that's smart, bro.
Sorry.
No, her. And scene. Anything else you want to tackle, Dallin?
Not particularly, no. Shout out to next week's podcast where we find the CLIT.
Never. It's a myth.
The CLIT is a liberal myth.
We'll be diving into the CLIT and in all different shapes and sizes.
Big bulging clits, hooded clits. You know, I had to break up with my last girlfriend because she was racist. Even her clit was hooded. And we'll end on that. Did you finish?